Hey everyone, you're watching Wisdom Shots. One 6-year-old didn't want to go to school. So last 2 years he had online classes because of COVID. And now school reopened for regular classes. So he asked his dad an important question. Why should I go to school? You know, Dad is like, you have to learn new things, you'll make friends there, you clear exams, and if you get good grades, you will get admission to a good college later, and you will get an excellent job, and I can make a lot of money. So kid's next question, Dad, why should I make a lot of money? Dad's response, to be happy. Everyone is in search of happiness, right? We think money makes us happy. So I want to share with you some interesting research on this from the field of positive psychology. So when it comes to money and happiness, so you always think if we just had a little bit more money, we would be happier. But when we get there, we're not happy. That's why in organizations, employees are never happy with salary hikes. In fact, the more we make, the more we want. And I'm sure that if you look at it, most of us in our generation, we're making way more money than our previous generations, right? But are we happier than the previous generation? Not really. Can money buy happiness? So that's a very interesting question, right? So this is a very famous research study by Danny Kahneman and Angus Deaton. So they got Nobel Prize. They have a background in psychology and economics. So they did a very interesting study, and they wanted to know how much money will make someone happy. So what is the threshold, if at all, if there is something like that? So they analyzed some 450,000 plus responses from different people, and interestingly, they came up with a magic figure to be happy, and it's 75,000 US dollars, approximately 57 lakh INR. Basically, if your annual income is less than 57 lakhs, you think money will make you happy. But once you cross that, it doesn't matter. Money will not make you happy. This was a US-based study, and it may be 10 to 20% less in other countries. It all depends on which part of the world you live and the standard of living there. But just know that there is a threshold point. And this study is about emotional well-being and money. So they also found that if you are earning, say, $40,000 plus, which is more than 30 lakhs per year, your stress levels because of money will be less. You can have other stresses in life, but not money-related stress, which is a major stress for a lot of people. So the bottom line is your EWB, emotional well-being, rises with your income, but stops after a point. And if you're wondering, like, then why are these millionaires and billionaires, why are they still working? They have all the money in the world. Why are they working so hard? But if you study them closely, you will learn that most of them are not driven by money. They're driven by other things, like making a difference in this world, serving others, being passionate about what they do. They love what they do, right? They're in a state of flow. Or some other values, that's driving them. Then they're not doing it for the money. And most of them are driven by a purpose or a mission. Tony Robbins, he interviewed like 50 of the most legendary financial experts in the world for his book, Money Master the Game. So basically, these are the richest people in the world. He says, except like 4 or 5, most of them were really unhappy in their lives. So they have a lot of money, but they are not fulfilled. That's a very interesting word, fulfillment. So money doesn't guarantee happiness, but a lack of money can make you unhappy. So earning money makes us happy in the short term, but we get adjusted to it time. Have you realized that? Your new home or new car, big TV, mobile phones and all those material things, it'll make you happy for some time. And then we get used to it. In psychology, it's called hedonic adaptation. So we think the new stuff is going to make us super happy, but it doesn't in the long run. So I have a strategy for you to overcome hedonic adaptation and to be happy. So don't invest much in stuff. You will get bored of stuff very fast. But invest in experiences. Things like going for a vacation or visiting an art gallery or going to a foreign country, going to a concert, even something short like, going out to eat, enjoying the delicious dessert. So invest money in experiences, not on stuff. And even better, give experiences to other people. Make a difference in someone's life. That will make you happy. So I want to share with you a very small story, and not a story actually, a real life story based on this principle. Ken Behring, he is a billionaire. He passed away recently in 2019. So in one of his speeches, he said that in his life, he had gone through 4 stages. The first stage was about stuff. He thought, if he had the right stuff, he would be happy. So he bought a house, car, all those cool things, usual toys, and he was not happy. So he described the second stage of his life as better stuff. He thought he would be happier if he had a better home, a better car, a bigger plane, and so on. So he bought all of them, but he was still not happy. Then he figured that he had focused on the wrong stuff. So he embarked on the third stage of his life, which he calls different stuff. So this is when he joined with a partner and bought the Seattle Seahawks, a football team. He thought for sure that if he was the co-owner of a professional football team, he would be happy. But he wasn't. So it was at this time that a friend invited Ken to join him for a charity event. So they were giving wheelchairs to kids who had been born without limbs or who had lost their legs in some accident. So Ken accepted the invitation. So he said that bringing hope and freedom to these children made him truly happy for the first time in his life. This stage he calls the real stuff. And one incident changed his life. So he was giving away wheelchairs and one 11-year-old, after receiving the wheelchair, the kid, he looked into his eyes and with tears said, "Please don't leave. I want to memorize your face. So when we meet again in heaven, I can thank you one more time." So Ken said, at that moment, I experienced pure joy. He said, when I saw the happiness in the eyes of the people who got the wheelchair, I felt, this was the greatest thing I've ever achieved in my life. He realized contributing to others is the fastest way to infuse life with authentic love and joy. So when he returned home, he started the Wheelchair Foundation, which has now given more than 940,000 wheelchairs for children and adults in 152 countries around the globe. The fastest way to happiness and joy is simple. find a way to serve. I started this video with a conversation between a dad and a son, right? Who asked, like, why should he go to school? The answer for the question, the answer is not to educate ourselves and make more money, but to find one's purpose through education and make a difference in this world. That's when we experience true happiness. Thank you so much for watching. I am Srijit Krishnan. Stay happy, stay healthy.